Wasabis, this is Jirbie from Couch Wasabi. So for today's video, I'm going to be taste testing this very much anticipated Sergio Loon Beans. So this is from Bansalan in Davao del Sur, I suppose. And I just got this very recently, like last Friday. So I'm very much excited to try it. I didn't want to open the package until I bought a separate like vacuum airtight container. So I got this just yesterday, and today we're having the video. Alright, so if this is something that you'd want to get to know about, then please keep watching. Okay, so before anything else, let me just boil my water. Again, I'll be using Brito water for today, just cause it's the most recommended water for your coffee. Not really most recommended, but at home, it's like the best candidate for your coffee. It's highly discouraged that you use distilled water nor alkaline water. I know I've been using distilled and alkaline before. I think it's a good experiment. But now that I know better, I now use Brito water or any purified water. Or they say Summit is a good brand to use as well and very affordable. So while that is boiling, let me just talk more about this Sergio Loon Beans and how I came to discover it and what pushed me into buying it. Alright, so I hope the boiling water isn't that noisy. Okay, so I got this bag of beans. This is actually a 200-gram pack from Sergio Loon. And I found out about Sergio Loon through Arcana Coffee. So Arcana Coffee is basically a coffee group that I normally attend their coffee talks. That's every weekend usually. If you want to get to know more about Arcana, I will link them down below. And in one of those coffee talks, Master Sergio was featured. So he is actually a farmer down at the southernmost of the Philippines in Davao del Sur, and he has a farm in Bansalan and he grows coffee. And he grows really amazing coffee because Sergio Loon Beans is actually pretty popular in the coffee world here in the Philippines. It's award-winning coffee bean, and that's why I was so excited to try it out. I've had friends who tell me that Sergio Loon Beans can even sometimes taste like jackfruit. So I'm very curious about that. I've never tasted a cup of coffee that would give me taste notes of a jackfruit. So I was really curious. I really wanted to get my hands on these beans, and so I got in touch with him. I initiated a group buy to buy this bean so that we could share the shipping costs from Davao to Manila, and also buy directly from the farmer, also help the farmer cut down all the middlemen, and just give him all the profit that he deserves, right? So I'll just read through the back packet before I throw it out. Alright, so your trust and values breeds the coffee of quality your everyday cup deserves. Started in the 1970s, the Sergio Loon Coffee Farm has grown to be a producer of Arabica coffee. Throughout the years, our coffee farm expanded and has been recognized for its high quality, not just in the city, but in the whole country as well. This holds true as in the year 2019, we achieved the top 10 in the Philippine coffee quality competition. More than just our goal of producing high-quality coffee, we always highlight the significance of having and maintaining a strong relationship with our buyers, partners, and consumers to guarantee that our product is always with quality. One of the unique characteristics of our coffee is that it is grown 1,500 meters above sea level on the volcanic soil of Mount Apo, making its flavor distinct and remarkable among other coffee origin. As we continue to harvest award-winning coffee beans and produce it to the market with quality, we always ensure that you will be able to taste the product of our values and hard work in each cup of your coffee, making it an important part of your everyday life. Sergio Loon Coffee Farm is located at Mount Apo, Sitio Mahayhay, Alegre, Bansalan, Davao del Sur, Philippines. And all his contact details is here, email is here. I'll link everything down below so you can get in touch with him. You can order directly from him. And I think now is a good time to order because the shipping, I think there's a promotional in shipping via LBC, and you can actually have it sent over at a fairly affordable price. So yeah, so what I got is Sergio Loon Coffee has, I think, 3 kinds of beans, and the one I got is semi-washed in medium roast. And this is the specific coffee that was recommended to me by my friend Hillary. She's also part of the Arcana group, and she was telling me about this coffee. This specific coffee tastes like langka or jackfruit, and that's like, wow, that's really mind-blowing. I'm very much excited actually to try it out. And before opening it, I just want to ensure the freshness and all that. Before opening this bag of beans, I first purchased this from the department store. Actually, I just got this yesterday, and this sort of has this vacuum locking mechanism, so you can't pull it out unless you unlock it like that. This is fairly affordable, less than 300 pesos for a 1.5 liter capacity or something. So I got this simply because I noticed that the Sergio bag of beans didn't come in any resealable or valve type bag, and you know that's always an issue for me because it takes a while for me to finish a 200-gram bag. To be honest, I don't really drink coffee every morning. I drink coffee like maximum 1 cup a day, so I go through these for quite a long time, and usually I share some of it to my family, like my sister, you know, to some people in the house. So it's important for me to get this first before I make this video. And now we're here. So here's our Sergio Loon's coffee beans. I'm very much excited to try it out. Today I won't be using brew timer. I wanted to develop my own parameters. Like I wanted to develop my own set of timings and stuff, and I want it to be the standard in my brewing. So I'd have like a standard set of brewing parameter just so I can compare the taste of the coffee much better. Alright, so first, let me just prep everything. For today, I will still be using my favorite, very affordable, Daiso dripper. I used to say that French press is like the most affordable and accessible brewing method for your coffee at home. But no, I take that back. It's actually your Daiso dripper. It's affordable. It's like 88 pesos. 88 pesos. That's it. You get a cleaner cup of coffee versus using your French press. So that's why I really, really like it. Alright, so first let me just measure out my water. So I'll probably get 250 mils. So a little over than that. This is actually 280 ml, but that's okay. Let me just cover it up. Alright, and then let's set that aside. And it's time for me to use the remaining boiled water to preheat my filter. Right, so I just did that. Okay, so let's fix it again. Okay, there we go. Should be fine. And while that is draining, let me measure out my coffee. So I'll get 12.5 grams as recommended by Master Linden. So Master Linden of Crescendo Coffee has also been coaching me about my brewing method. And I really, really appreciate that these coffee experts are actually guiding me in improving my craft. Okay, so that's 12.5. It has a musky smell, so I'm very much excited for that. And let's pop it in the grinder. So the reason why I boiled the water first is because I wanted to have that time for my water to cool down. As coached by Master Linden, I should be working with 92 degrees, more or less, of water temperature to bring out all the delicate flavor notes Some people even use 85. 85 to 92 is perfectly fine. So don't ever use boiling water. Some roasters would tell me they need boiling water, 100 degrees. But I feel that usually coffee tastes better when it has cooled down a bit. Because the hotter the water, the more it extracts like the bitter notes. Alright, I think we're done. One. Alright, I think we are done here. And let's just put it. So we are having this kind of grind for today. I think I got it at medium fine, huh? And 12.5. Nothing has been lost. Amazing. Alright, so let me just throw this out before I make a mistake of including this in my brew. Alright, so it's time for me to pour the water. Press there. Let me just set the timer. So I will be using 50-50-50 for every 30 seconds. Alright, so are we ready? Press there and let's start. Oops. That's 55. Alright, and restart. Another 50. Okay, I'm going with 45 since I already got 55 earlier. Look at my loom. It's 45. Alright, and third pour. Okay, 100. In one of the coffee talks that I've attended, it also taught us that your first, second, third pour would actually extract different flavor notes. So if you prolong, for example, the first part of extraction, you tend to extract more of the sweet notes, I think, and then the last is the bitter notes. So with that, let me just try to tone it down a little lower, like maybe just use 30 grams of water for my final pour at 30 seconds. So remember that, 50, 50, 50, and then 30. Okay, let's start. There you go. Alright, so this is for my final pour. Let's just forget about the coffee bed. And 30 grams now. This is for me to extract as few bitter notes as possible. I wanted to extract more of the delicate notes. I can also see that after 30 minutes, meron pang water. So, it means that my grind is a lot finer than it should be. So next time, I can just make sure to make my grind a little more coarse. Okay, my coffee bed is not that hard. Alright, so my brew is finished. It's time to taste this. Just put it here. And let's take a bit. Okay, at its dry state, kanina when I smelled it from here, it smells creamy. I can't sense the floral, but it smells like, you know, when you say creamy, it's like there's this lingering scent. From the bag, it smells a little musky. From here, when I've transferred na to the container, it smells more of creamy, parang strawberries and cream, if you know that smell. So the cream part of it. Now that it has been brewed, it smells savory to me. So let's try it out. Okay, so this to me, I can taste the medium roastness of it. I would have appreciated this more if it were roasted a little lighter. Pero okay siya kasi it has that body right in the middle. Like when I say, like from the sip, you can taste the coffee taste. The body is there right up front, but towards the end, it's smooth. When I say it's smooth, it doesn't give you any bitter, off-putting end note or aftertaste. But it's a very, very Filipino coffee. I don't taste the langka. I was actually very nervous of this kasi it's medium roast and I don't normally patronize it. I don't normally like medium roast. I like playing on the light to medium side of things. And that is also the reason why I don't like buying coffee off the shelves, because most of the things that I find in the groceries or even in coffee specialty stores, they're usually roasted medium dark, and I don't really like that. I've never been a fan of heavy roasted coffee. It's just too coffee tasting for me. I like playing around with delicate notes of the bean, and that is the reason why I like buying Ethiopian beans, and I like exploring beans that would have given me different dimensions. This one, I would say, I would rate this. This is my personal opinion, okay? I would say this would play at around 7. 7. 10 being the last two coffee that, well, not 10 but 9, I would say 9.5 being the last two Philippine coffee that I've reviewed. If you're interested to see what are those two coffee, I will link it up here, or I will link it down here on the description box, or you can check out my coffee playlist, it's all there. Okay, this one I would say would be on the level of the Matutum beans. And I think it would be great if I would compare this with the Matutum and the Crescento coffee that I got. I think those are the three head-to-head beans that I've ever tried. I don't really like trying random beans, especially the ones I see on the groceries for some weird reason. Because I know matagal na yun nandun, and I don't really like those. I like buying either straight from the roaster, because I really like it when it's freshly roasted, so that I can taste it while it's at its peak. They say your coffee bean is at its peak 7 to 10 days after roasting. So, you know, that's really pretty interesting for me. And I wanted to capture that, because your coffee would change its dimension and tastes as you go further away from the roast date. Again, this is a very organic product. It degrades. Not really degrades, but you know, chemical reactions happen to it all throughout its lifetime. One way to try to preserve its freshness, its peak, I guess its optimum taste, is you store it in an airtight container, keep it away from the sun, keep it away from the heat. So that's the reason why I had to buy this first before I open it, because I really want to prolong it. But going back to this coffee, I really don't taste the langka, but let me just try again. I can taste it. I really can. But I like the coffee kasi suabe rin siya. Although, say this is a very much Pinoy coffee, but better. Normally when you say Pinoy coffee, it's your typical strong barako type, yung magigising ka, and that's what most Filipinos like. It's just that it's not part of my personal preference. And so I tend to veer away from that. I gravitate towards coffee that are into the fruity side, floral side. I like it when it smells creamy. So at its dry side, I really love it. It smells creamy. I mean, you know there's something different about this. When you try to compare this with another Philippine brand of coffee, you will know what I mean when I say this smells creamy, and you know there's something special about it. And as promised to Master Lyndon, I will make a video comparing this with some of the other Philippine beans, especially with the ones I mentioned earlier, yung parang ka-head-to-head niya. That's the matutom and yung tuba beans, tuba benket beans. I think that would be very interesting. Alright, so I guess that's all for today. So nandun pa rin siya, even at its cooler state. Nandun pa rin yung body niya. Its body would present itself up front. So this is something that you would like if you're into the Philippine coffee, kasi it takes your experience one notch higher. Normally, yung mga natikman kong grocery type coffee beans or coffee grounds, it's just bitter and I don't like it. It's full bodied and bitter and stuff. I really don't like those things. So ito, meron siyang body sa simula, pero it goes down to really, really smooth. And this is something that's really nice to be paired with sweets. I think this is amazing for that. This is also nice, I think, for cold brewing, especially when it gets a little older na. You can totally use this for your cold brewing. I think the dimension that you need, or the body that you need for cold brewing, is innately there. Also, since it has that body, it's great to be paired with your desserts, like a macaron or, I don't know, a cupcake or crepes and stuff. This is going to be a good candidate for that. There are coffee I realized na parang mas masarap na siyang taken as it is. There are coffee na bagay siyang lagyan ng flavor and turn it into something fancy. And then there's this kind of coffee that it's great on its own, but it's better when you pair it with a dessert. So this is that. I hope I gave you a very sensible taste testing video today. A very sensible review. If you have any other beans that you would want me to try, then please shoot them down below. I was messaged by 2 other local coffee producers. Yung isa, matagal na niya ako message, but I haven't seen the beans, so I really don't know if it's gonna come or not. And then there's the new one who's coming, and this is Lipay. So I'm bracing myself for that, to be honest, kasi matapang yun, sigurado ako. So if you guys are interested to hear more about coffee things from me, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell button to get updated with my new videos. And I guess that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here up until this point in time. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye!